It's more about getting home. About getting home. You're gonna go eat.
Okay, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalatu wassalamu ala asyrafil anbiya'i wal mursalin Muhammadin sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Adam, what was your dream last time when you were younger? What did you want to be when you were Khalifa? Is it happening?
Very slowly. Very slowly.
I mean, perhaps Khalifa in your family, inshallah, right? Or in your community, inshallah, all right?
Amir.
I mean, what was your dream? What was your American dream?
The American dreams.
Annoying. What's your
Yeah, to be a farmer.
no?
Yeah. I've
No.
always wanted to be a farmer.
Really?
Yeah, the communist, yeah, exactly. To be a nice
Seriously?
farm. Yeah,
Wow.
own farm, own some herding. I've always my dreams always to have like some herding dogs that I can just be like.
Petting dogs.
Yeah, dogs, and then like sheep, herd and have sheep. Yeah. Sheep.
It's like the movie Pig, yeah.
Never heard
Why
of
do
it.
you watch movies?
Yeah.
It's an old one.
It's an old one, old classic. We come on Christmas again. Always. Right. Why I'm asking you these questions? Because we have our things in life that even subhanallah brothers that even the bad things that happen in our life is good for us in general, right? There's no such thing as bad events in our life because everything has been planned by Allah. Yeah. So this is something in which all of us must understand because of the situations happening in Palestine, in which all of us don't understand how come things are happening that is beyond our control. Yeah. But there are signs that all of us, or there are things that we can do in order to make things better. For example, change ourselves, right? Be more God conscious, have more taqwa to Allah. Yeah, which surah?
13, 11.
Just say two.
Yes, 13, 11.
50% chance it's gonna work.
What is this? What did Allah say in Arabic? Allah would not change the conditions of the people if they don't change themselves. 13 verse number 11. And this is quite important. Yeah? Either in the big situation like Palestine, even among ourselves. Yeah? So if anything happened to us, yeah, surely, yeah, the first thing that we need to do is to change ourselves. Yeah. In other verses, the Quran, Allah informed us in the rough translation that if only they have taqwa to Allah, Allah will bring them rain and all this. Yeah? So everything that we do, it all depends on how is our ability to obey Allah. This is the first thing. Yeah. Other things that can perhaps make things better in Palestine, our dua. Yeah, it's very important that you spend your time instead of making dua for yourself, also making dua for your brothers and sisters who are suffering in Palestine. Other things,
Charity.
give help, yeah, to these people. Yeah. And other things. There is always a war or clash of information on online in which you do not know which is the truth and which is the false one. Yeah. At the end of the day, the truth is always there. Yeah, and all people need to do is to look up for the truth. Yeah. But I think for me, the positive things about this would be people, non-Muslims, picking up the Quran and reading and sharing it. And you should see the videos made by the non-Muslims, right? For me personally, it is the topic on tomorrow. Yeah, but how should we approach the Quran? Because subhanallah, the non-Muslims when they share with us what they read in the Quran is very different, and you can see how excited they were. And alhamdulillah, a few of them took shahada. One of the sisters was now wearing hijab and saying, alhamdulillah, I'm a Muslim now. And all the basis of things are happening in perhaps Palestine or even a bit before. Yeah? So this is important that we understand about the things happen for a reason. Only Allah knows. Yeah. Again, if you dig deeply into the stories that happened talking about the deen itself. We know we in our class how Allah was able to separate us and the Muslims in those days from Ya'juj and Ma'juj on the basis of Zulkarnain completely. Everyone was implementing Sharia, and on that basis, Allah immediately helped them. Yeah. So there are things in which is beyond our comprehension about Allah's plan, in which only Allah knows. Yeah, perhaps it's a way to cleanse the sins of the Palestinians themselves. Yeah, perhaps an easy way for them to enter Jannah, inshallah. Yeah, for those who have passed away. Yeah, and something in which all of us, inshallah, should strive, inshallah, to work hard for the hereafter. Yeah. Now, I want to do this and now, which is very similar because at this stage, you know how much destructions are there in Gaza now? Do you think Britain they are able to recover?
Yes.
You say no, yes. Okay, look in the Quran, look in Surah number 2, in verse number 259, and tell me what did Allah mean by this? 259. That's okay. 259. In the meaning, right? Or like the one who passed by a town and it had tumbled over its roofs. That means the town was completely destroyed. He said, yeah, so the one who passed by said, I mean, no, is a prophet said, yeah. Oh, how will Allah ever bring it to life after his death? So Allah caused him to die for 100 years and then raised him up again. And he said, how long did you remain dead? The man said, perhaps I remained dead for a day or part of the day. He said, nay, you have remained dead for 100 years. Look at your food and your drink. They show no change. And look at your donkey. And thus we have made you a sign for the people. Look at the bones, how we bring them together and clothe them with flesh. When this was clearly shown to him, he said, I know now that Allah is able to do all things. Yes.
Which prophet is this?
Which prophet? This is one of the prophets from Bani Israel. Yeah. It's not our normal 24, normal as in 24, 25 prophets. Yeah. Correct? Uzair is very familiar, yes. Yeah. Hold on, let me check. So, Akram, what did Allah mean by this?
Allah is the best of planners.
Yeah, but what is the whole story about?
Allah is
I know, but describe to me what happened in the beginning.
So there, I believe he was on his donkey. He was riding through the city.
Yes,
So he was in the city with Allah first.
yes. Yeah, but he actually didn't believe. He didn't believe that all these things. He is a prophet, but he didn't believe that everything would be reformed. That's why Allah make him die for 100 years, so that in 100 years everything get reformed. Brothers, remember? I don't know whether you remember whether you were born or not. Right? In Indonesia in 2007, the big tsunami. The big tsunami, over 200,000 people died. Right? 200,000, not 20,000, 200,000 people died in parts of Indonesia. Now, alhamdulillah, is thriving. Only for about less than 20 years.
Indonesia number one.
Of course. Yeah. So this is quite important example. Why I'm bringing you this example is to relate to the destructions that's happening now in Gaza. Yeah. So never underestimate Allah. Allah can do anything. That is why one of the best adhkar will be La ilaha illallah. Then wahdahu la sharika lah. Lahul mulku wa lahul hamdu wa huwa ala kulli syai'in qadir. Yeah. So these are the 5 things that none has right to worship but Allah. He has no partners. He is the Lahul Mulk. He's the dominant, wallahu He's the all praise, and He's able to do everything, anything Allah can do. Yeah, so important that we understand this. Yeah, about the Allah is the best of planner, right? In one verse of the Quran, Allah said, "Wa makaru, wa makarallah, wallahu khairul makirin." You should write this. Surah number 3, verse number 54. Yeah, which means, which means that they plotted, and Allah plotted, and Allah is the best of planners. Yeah. In another verse, so this is 354, another verse 830. Yeah. Wa yamkuruna wa yamkurullah wallahu khairul makirin. Yeah. Which means, and they were plotting, and Allah too was plotting, and Allah is the best of planners. Yeah. So all these verses of the Quran it reminded us, yeah, about the fact that, brothers, everything that is going to happen, including happen in Palestine now, has been written down. Agreed? Where is it written down? What's the name of the book? Allahul Mahfuz, or the preserved tablet. Where is it now? We do not know where it is, but surely everything that will happen has been written down. Assalamualaikum. Yeah. Now let's turn to Surah number 22, verse number 70. 22:70. Okay. Finish this verse. Alam ta'lam anna Allah ya'lamu ma fis samawati wal ard. And then inna dhalika fi kitab inna dhalika 'ala Allahi yasir. Yeah, Surah number 22, verse number 70. Yeah. Know you not that Allah knows all that the heavens and all that is on the earth? Verily, is all in the book. Verily, that is easy for Allah. Yeah. So this is what we are talking about, that in the sense that when we know from the hadith from Bukhari Muslim that Prophet Muhammad said, Allah wrote down the decrees of creation 50,000 years before the creations of the heavens and the earth. Yeah. Now, does that mean that we have no free will? The question was, everything has been written down, right? Your presence here, right? Yasin, you're going to be late, means you're going to be late. Agreed, but that's my excuse, right? Right? You're going to come after Maghrib, means you're going to come after Maghrib. Yeah, so everything is written down. Does that mean that we have no free will? We have free will, right? Sorry? Somebody can make an effort to come earlier, is it true? One Somalian, one Algerian, and one English. So, sorry? But Adam, do you have any free will? Yes, absolutely, right? So don't make an excuse in the sense, oh, does that mean that if Allah has planned for everything, we have no choice? Do you have a choice? Yes, you have a choice. Yeah, because the Sahaba was asking Prophet Muhammad, right? So if everything has been planned for us, why do we make the effort? Because some people might be in hellfire anyway. So why do we make the effort? What is the answer? Sorry? Yeah, but how to assure these people? Yeah. Another thing also is that for Prophet said, right, for a person who is destined to be in paradise, what happened? The things that are pleasing to Allah will be easy for him or for her. But if a person is destined for hellfire, it's so difficult. And this is quite important to understand this. For example, right, you're in school, right? So if you are not studying for exams, would you be able to pass the exams? No. Right? So surely all of us must understand that if you don't put in effort, chances of us going to paradise is quite slim, agreed? Unless Allah strong His mercy. Yeah, whereas but we put in all the effort, inshallah. It's no guarantee, of course, yeah, but the chances are higher than those who are not putting in effort. As simple as that. But the choice to work hard It's up to us, correct? It's up to us to work hard for the hereafter. Yeah. So Yasin, how is your life after Umrah? Is it getting better? Stressful? What's stressful? Okay, no, but the akhirah, are you better in terms of your salah, in terms of your acts of worship? Okay, yeah. So, this is something which we all of us must work on, yeah, in terms of our acts of worship, like it or not, brothers. Yeah, we discussed last week. The last part of Al-Kahf, فَمَنْ كَانَ يَرْجُو لِقَاءَ رَبِّهِ فَلْيَعْمَلْ عَمَلًا صَالِحًا وَلَا يُشْرِكْ بِعِبَادَةِ رَبِّهِ أَحَدًا. And for those who hope for the meeting with his Lord, with his Lord, what must he do? Let him work righteousness. That means you need to put effort. And secondly, then they do not associate anything with Allah. Yeah. So we just need to do. Yeah. Firstly, it is to do good righteous deeds, and secondly, it is to not commit shirk. The first part, is it easy to do good righteous deeds? Akram? Sorry? Depends on what? Yeah, but is it easy in general? In Albania, how many people are praying 5 times a day? I didn't say that, he said. How many percent praying 5 times a day? What? Is it about 20%? Less than that. Yeah. But all in actual fact, brothers, yeah, we have to understand in general, is knowledge of Islam getting easier? It's easy, isn't it? Knowledge is you don't even need to leave the room. Just Google the correct people, of course, then it will appear. The Quran, you don't need to come up with single penny. Everything is free online. Agreed? So technically, so so technically, it is quite easy to seek knowledge. Agreed? It's quite easy. Everything is there. But why are the people not increasing in terms of people who with knowledge or doing good deeds? Sorry? A lot of distractions, perhaps, as in the knowledge are easier to attain, but again, the sins are also easier to attain. Correct? There are people who are serious gamblers because they don't need to leave the room, right? And they just gamble and gamble their lives away. Yep. As in you and I know, I myself included, sometimes I may be online for about 2-3 hours looking at the Palestine feed, and I feel so sad. Isn't it true, right? So it is as it is. As information gets more, but somehow or other, the people who are on the deen perhaps are not getting a lot.
Also be classed as a gambler because you're gambling your time.
Yes.
Getting something.
Yeah. So it is important that we understand about this, about the what do you call it, the good righteous deeds, the shirk itself, right? Are there more people committing shirk? You saw in Umrah, right? Right? About no. Well, depends on what's in their heart. Yeah, I think the most annoying part. Will you beside me? I think you will beside me, right? About the Prophet's mosque. The Qibla is here, for example, they turn that side to make dua to the Prophet's grave. And it's not one or two, it's a group of people are doing that. And again, yeah, it's the Asians. Yeah. Okay.
I just remember there's one good video of Sheikh Sudais, and he's just speaking in Arabic, and like there's a bunch of Indians and Pakistanis around him, and they're just saying like, Ameen, Ameen, and he's just
They don't know what's happening.
They don't know what's being said, so they're just saying Ameen because they think it's like a dua.
Okay, turn to Surah number 78, verse number 39. Talking about free will, right? Allah did allow you and me to have free will. Yeah. ذَلِكَ الْيَوْمُ الْحَقِّ فَمَنْ شَاءَ اتَّخَذَ إِلَى رَبِّهِ مَآبًا. That is without doubt the true day, and whosoever wills, yeah, let him seek a place with or a way to his Lord by obeying him in his life. Yeah, so that means whosoever wills, that means it's up to us, agree? If you want to be closer to Allah, then you need to put in more effort, inshallah. Okay, another one is Surah number 18, verse number 29. Right? What is it? فَقُلِ الْحَقُّ مِنْ رَبِّكُمْ فَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيُؤْمِنْ وَمَنْ شَاءَ فَلْيَكْفُرْ. And say the truth is from your Lord. Whosoever wills, let him believe, and whosoever wills, let him disbelieve. The freedom of choice is us. La ikraha fi din. There's no compulsion in religion. Yeah. So it is important that we realize that we are given a free will. Yeah. In order for us to plan our lives. Yeah. Now, but Allah did stress in the Quran, even though we have free will, what is the purpose of life? It is to worship Allah. On many parts of the Quran, Allah reminded us in Surah number 67, verse number 2, Alladhi khalaqal mauta wal hayata liyabluwakum ayyukum ahsanu amala. Yeah, he created death and life so he may test us which of us are best in deeds. Yeah. Surah number 23, verse 115. Afahasibatum annama khalaqnakum abathan wa annakum ilayna la turja'un. Yeah. That do you think that we have created you for no reason, without any purpose, and that you shall not be brought back to us? Yeah. So something in which all of us must understand. Yes, we are given a free will, but however, yeah, there must always be accountability for our life in the hereafter. Yeah. Sometimes, brothers, the things that we hate is very good for us. The things that we like is bad for us. I remember I must have told you the story about one of my students who was in love with his sister. He was so in love that even when he made istikhara prayer, the signs were very clear, right? The signs such that the parents-in-law or the parents-in-law or the future parents-in-law refused to accept him. Is that a clear sign? Right? Because when you do istikhara, the signs of Allah is not just about dreams. Yeah, it's about whether the things that you are taking will be easy for you. He was in pursuit of this sister. In the end, he almost fell ill. He was in hospital and all this. Right? Yes, love struck. Right? But however, alhamdulillah, he came to his senses. Yeah, he broke up the whole thing, and after 4 months later, married another sister. I was doing the nikah for him, alhamdulillah. But the thing is that you have to realize when it's not meant for you, it's not meant for you. Agree? You must take this as a sign from Allah. Sorry? Yeah. That's not haram, but that meeting with us. That's why sometimes we must understand the reason that you cannot have a relationship with somebody for so many months and so many years because it may not work.
Naturally, you will have this connection and you cannot leave it.
But you have this bond. Once you develop this love potion, it's difficult to. Sorry. What's my shaitan anyway? The things, yeah. Right. So as part of Allah's plan, right? So for example, if you're in the position of Aziz, right, of the brother, right, would you trust Allah that Allah will guide you a better one? You have to, right? Because you ask Allah for guidance, for counsel. I'll give you counsel. You must take it, and you must trust Allah. Right? The trusting Allah is easy for you to do. I trust Allah a lot, but when something happens to you, your reaction might be very, very different. Yeah. But Allah promised us. Okay, turn to Surah number 65 in verse number 3. Yep. In the second part. فمن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره فقد جعل الله لكل شيء قدرا. Whoever puts his trust in Allah, then he, that means Allah, will suffice him. Verily Allah will accomplish his purpose. Indeed, Allah has set a measure for all things. Now, we discussed it for a few times actually about the stories from the Quran about Allah's plan. Yep. What other stories impress you, Muhammad? And which one?
How his mother placed him in the river and she trusted Allah that he would be safe.
Yes. Yeah. What strikes you regarding this story?
That she could trust Allah, she did like that. She didn't. Like I think Allah was trying to do that, but then she didn't pay. She knew that Allah would take care of the child.
Yes. And not only that, everything Allah plans properly. If you remember what I said, right? Asya, who was Asya? He doesn't have any children. If she has a child, baby, not important, right? I have my own problems. But she doesn't have any child. Yes. Which one? 65 verse number 3 in the second part. Yeah. So everything planned, including the fact that one of the, was it Musa's sister, right, was working in the what do you call it? In the palace. And of all the people who picked up the baby, who was that? The prophet and the wife, the pharaoh and the wife, yeah, picked up the baby. So everything has been planned very perfectly. Yeah, that nothing can go wrong with Allah's will, of course. Yeah? So this is Musa and his mother. And what other stories written? About about Allah's plan. Allah is the best of planners. Yusuf, right from beginning to the end, everything. How was Surah Yusuf revealed, Abdul Aziz?
That's when
As who? Yeah. No. I almost there, but that's not quite the question. What was asked? Yes. How did the Bani Israel ended up in Egypt? Right. So that was a question, and Allah revealed this as a whole. As you know, Arabic, right, is the most beautiful parts of the Quran is Surah Yusuf in terms of language and all this. Yeah. Muhammad?
the last couple of pages, they repeat some of the things and then the last bit was repeated after.
Yes. Yeah. So yeah. So this is Allah's the best of planner because nobody can imagine if you are, first of all, if you are thrown in a well. Have you seen a well before? Almi? Where? Yeah, the well. I'm surprised. Seriously, you seen a well before? In the well? As in the well.
Yeah, I've probably been inside as well.
You're like a Yusuf, yeah? After the drugs. I know. Yeah, so can you imagine if you are thrown in the well? What are the chances that you end up to be the Minister of Finance? Very little, right? Yeah. It's not Indonesia. Imagine you are Adam. Imagine that you are a slave, as in literally not a slave of Allah, slave, right? Chances of you becoming the Minister of Finance is very remote. Is it agreed? Very remote. Yeah, but this is when Allah is the best of planner. Yeah, that Allah. Why did Allah elevate his status? Patience and he remembers Allah. Even in the prison, he was doing da'wah, right? To the two inmates, yeah, who were disputing about their dreams. Yeah. Other stories of Allah's best of planner. If you had come earlier, it has been shown. Somebody said something about it. Sorry? Yunus alayhi salam. In terms of? Yes. Yeah. And again, right? Allah could have punished him by killing him, right? But anybody can you imagine a person who was able to survive in the belly of a whale? It's almost impossible. Right? I said almost impossible. That means it is possible through Allah's will, of course. Right? So again, as I said, right? And he was in the whale, and what did he say to Allah? Sorry? Which surah? Adam? 21 verse number? No, it's not. No. Which surah? Which surah? La ilaha illa anta subhanaka inni kuntu minal zalimin. You memorize this. One of the best dua for forgiveness before you make a dua. 87, right? 2187. Yeah. About asking Allah. Sorry? 2187. Yeah. So as part of the ethic, what is the hadith about making dua using Yunus alayhi salam's dua? What is the hadith that Prophet Muhammad said? If you make dua using this dua, what happened? The dua will not be rejected. Yeah. So as part of dua etiquette of making dua, one of them is to ask Allah for forgiveness, right? So use this dua of Yunus alayhi salam, inshallah. Right? Other than that, what are the other examples, brothers? And now this is I want to ask you a question. Treaty of Hudaybiyah. What is this? Treaty of Hudaybiyah. Treaty of Hudaybiyah. What happened? No, not Jews. With who? Okay, so what happened? What did Prophet ﷺ do? What happened? And about what did he do? What was he about to do? He was about to do Umrah, right? And then they had a meeting at this place. What was the agreement? So the agreement that you cannot go Umrah this year. That means they got to take out the Ihram attire and they need to go back home. But you're allowed to do for the next 10 years. Right? And what other things that was in agreement? So if somebody took Shahada in Mecca and wanted to escape to Medina, they must return back this person to Medina. And sorry, Mecca, sorry. And yes, so those who leave Islam, they can go back to Mecca. Yeah. So is it fair? It's not fair, but everybody was disagreeing. Umar ibn Khattab was disagreeing. Everyone was disagreeing, but that is the best of plan. Why? That's the best of plan because two things happen, right? First of all, they are able to do Umrah peacefully without any problems, yeah, for the next 10 years. Secondly, this is Allah's plan. What happened? Almost there. So, okay, a lot of people took Shahada in Mecca. So imagine this Mecca, this Medina, right? Medina is the north, right? Mecca is the south, yeah? So they wanted to, a lot of people would stop halfway, and they were, well, these Muslims, right? They were hindering the trade. There's this part where a lot of trade happens from Syria and all this travel to this place, and they were all there, yeah. And they caused so much problems that the Quran said, okay, go to Medina, yeah. So because of that, right, a lot they are able now to, after a few years only, they are able to take Shahada. They can go to Medina in order to practice the deen. Yes. So remember that the agreement with Muslims cannot go to Medina, right? But they didn't say that the agreement they cannot go halfway. So they stopped by this town in which there was a lot of trade, and they caused so much disruptions to the trade that the Quraysh eventually got to let them go to Medina. That means they dig all this, they stop all this trade and all this. Yeah, it is literally they caused all this problem. Sorry? Because they wanted to go to Medina, but they couldn't go because of the agreement. But nobody tell them they cannot go outside Mecca, right? So they're waiting for Allah's signs, and eventually they were allowed to go to Medina. Yeah, alhamdulillah. Okay, this is Treaty of Hudaybiyah. The next one, people of the cave, of course, right? Why did they decide to run away? So if you were into their position, Adam, right? What would you do? what would you do? Sorry? Free. Yeah.
Let me see you in a go-kart.
No, I mean, do this. However, right? So did these people trust Allah? Yes. Right? And what did Allah do? Allow them to sleep for 309 years. Yeah, again, this is a part of Allah's plan. Yeah, in order for them to become practicing. Slander of Aisha, radiallahu anha. Slander of Aisha. What happened in the beginning? Why was she slandered? Yes. She was looking for it, right? If you do not know about the story, Aisha radiallahu anha was always carried by the man. And she was so light, whether she's there or not, nobody knows. Right? So she was looking around and then she couldn't find the jewelry. And then, what do you call it? She fell asleep. And of course, people thought she's inside, and the soldiers carried her and everything gone. Yeah. And then after that, what happened? Yeah, one of the there will always be a companion who always look behind anything was left behind on others in order to retrieve back anything that was lost. Yeah. So what happened? Yes, and then eventually she was on a horse or whatever it is, and they rode back, and there was a huge rumor, right, saying that something happened. Yes, the chief hypocrite. Yeah. So what happened in the end? Why is Allah the best of plan? Huh? Because there was also a revelation about tayammum. Yeah, there was also a revelation about tayammum about this, and also the fact that they, what do you call it? She was eventually everybody was scolded by Allah in the Quran because they should have defended. Yeah? For example, if all of us know each other very well, right? So if anybody were to say something about Akram, for example, right? Right? So we should defend our brother, right? And it's quite important to defend each other, inshallah. Yeah. Okay, so all these kind of things are the examples that we read in the Quran, authentic hadith. Yes, Akram? Yeah. 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 Yeah, everything, brothers, as Akram said, everything that happened to us, no matter how bad it is good for us. Agreed? What do you think is the thing so big? What time is Isha?
2 minutes. What is the first of that?
2 minutes. Okay. So I'm afraid we have to end now before the adhan. Yeah, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide all of us to understand Allah's plan. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala help our sisters suffering in Palestine and grant them patience. Yeah, and please Jannatul Firdaus. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us among those whom we be pleased on the day of judgment. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant Allah Jannatul Firdaus. Subhanallah wa astaghfiruka wa atubu ilaik. Subhana rabbika rabbil izzati amma yasifun wa salamun alal mursalin walhamdulillahi alamin. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi jazakumullah khair. We see each other tomorrow in the ICC. Yeah, the topic is about how should we approach the Quran, inshallah. Yeah, jazakumullah khairan. Right.
Close this laptop.
Perfect timing.